Arsenal vs Man United, game week 4 predictions, fantasy league. This is Foot and Mouth. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the show. I am Ethan and I'm joined by the usual guest and someone who's usually supposed to be here. Logan, how are you doing today?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
How the tables have turned.
Yeah, the tables have to.
How the turns table.
Sponsy isn't here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you may notice that.
Do you know why he's not here? Man is prepping for a rally, brother.
Oh, I did see that. Wait,
Yeah,
is he,
he's
wait,
got
is
a
he
rally race this weekend. He's not driving, but he is seeing to the prep of the car. I don't know all the details. I'm sure he'll fill us in more in the next episode. But yeah, dude, he's in his element.
Damn, no, that's cool.
That's proper feel like a kid again shit.
That
Like
is, yeah.
he's,
Shout out Sponsy.
he's stoked. But yeah, so we can understand why he's not here. But
we
yeah,
can.
Ethan, look, big week.
Actually, Spons, next time I better see you racing the car.
It's a big game week, obviously, for the two of us in particular. Arsenal versus Manchester United. Let's not delay, bro.
Yeah, we can't delay. Speaking of though, we got to mention there are some new transfers in Man United that have come in and gone out
On deadline day. It's already a busy deadline day.
Obviously, the talks were Cucurella. Do you know why that didn't happen?
Isn't it surely just because Chelsea would have wanted a permanent deal rather than a half-term loan?
Yeah, they wanted a full season loan. Man United were looking to loan him literally for 4 months and then wanted to send him back. They are literally looking for a stopgap, a complete stopgap to get them until Luke Shaw's back. And I think that's so stupid, bro. Wouldn't you rather just keep Cucurella for the whole season? Because also you can play centre back.
Maybe there's something about United's overall transfer budget that we don't know, and that's why they want to go about it this way. Maybe it's a way to work around FFP in some way.
How the fuck broke is this club if you can't afford a
That's
guy?
what I'm saying. Maybe it's not even a matter of being broke. Maybe there's a bigger plan, a big picture signing that they are aiming for. But if they do make another, because Cucurella wouldn't have come cheap, transfer-wise and wages-wise.
For sure.
He's going to be a player that comes in on at least similar wages to what he's getting at Chelsea, which is at least over 120k.
Yes, but also he's worth it. You need someone who's...
That's a hot take.
No, well, in a team like United right now who's lacking defenders and we've got injuries.
They're kind of desperate.
We're kind of desperate, yeah. And also, like, he was good at Brighton. I'm sorry, I know people don't like him at Chelsea. I liked him at Chelsea a lot. I still think he's a good left back.
Shout outs to Brighton Cucurella, but Chelsea
It's the same person, Logan. It's literally the same person. I think he just needs a place to find the form and get back into Brighton Cucurella. I was hoping United would be the place.
Well, look, he'll stay at Chelsea, which is... I mean, he's not going to play much. Chilwell's back.
He's not going to play at all.
He was open to the move as well.
I think he was open to... Why wouldn't you be? You know you're going to play.
Yeah, and also kind of fresh start. Like you say, maybe he does need a place to kickstart it. But yeah, you will be without Cucurella this weekend. Who's going to be at left back?
Instead, we got Reguilon.
Reguilon, brother.
It's like, damn, dude.
Spurs legend, would you say?
We're taking Tottenham
Spurs
rejects.
legend,
How the fuck is United at the point where we're taking Tottenham rejects?
Can I just ask, before we get into it, do you think he's going to start at Arsenal? Do you think he has to at this point with the injuries you guys have?
No, I think Delo will start.
You think Delo will start?
Delo will be, because Delo was left back last time.
Look, whoever's left back's coming up against Saka.
Yeah, I think Delo will start.
No? All right. Well, look, this is obviously a game that always gives a lot of goals. Always. And the only thing I'm holding on to is the fact that it's the Emirates. I can't lie. If this was at Old Trafford, I would have easily said, yeah, it's going to be a draw. Because even though we are the better team, I think, on paper, United at Old Trafford is always just a different kind of beast. But I'm kind of confident going into this one, bro.
Yeah, I think you should be. United are terrible away. And I know Arsenal drew with Fulham at the Emirates, but it was a nice comeback.
Yeah, we've got a terrible defensive record at home for some reason.
And speaking of terrible defensive record, United's not looking too good right now. Also with Varane injured for the next 6 weeks, Lindelof is guaranteed to play. And I like him. But obviously,
in a game like this,
obviously he's not a starter. I do rate him though. I think he's very good. We saw him fill in a lot last season because Varane tends to get injured a lot, and I think he's good. I obviously it's just fucked because we don't have Shaw either. Yeah. So that's your left back out as well. Your main centre back and your main left back are out.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Martinez is gonna have his hands full because even if it is Lindelof that comes in, I still doubt Lindelof's match fitness in general, just considering how little he's played for United. But whether it's Eddie Nketiah or Gabriel Jesus up front for Arsenal, your fullbacks, your centre-backs, are they're going to have a player with a lot of movement to deal with.
Yeah, it's going to be...
And that communication is not there anymore like they have between Martinez and Varane. That's the partnership.
I do totally get that. But I'm hoping if Jesus does play, I'm hoping we'll see a lot of rust on him because he hasn't played a full game in a while.
He didn't look too bad when he came on in the Fulham game. I mean, he didn't have much minutes, but...
Yeah.
I will say I'd still start Nketiah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I still think Nketiah does start, and I still think he is probably the one I'm more afraid of right now. Just because he's the positioning and the movement.
And he has mastered those turns, bro.
Sure, his finishing isn't amazing, but I think just to get into those positions is tough.
Neither is Jesus's. Jesus's finishing is appalling, bro. Like he gets a decent amount of goals, but I like him more for his off the ball work.
I do agree that this is going to be a high scoring game.
Yeah. I think we've got the edge, okay? Look, I'll start by saying up top, Eddie Nketiah just got his first ever senior call up to the England national team. Morale boost, if ever you needed one. He finally got it. This is the one thing that he's been gunning for, and no matter the form he's been in. Yeah, no matter the form he's been in, he's never got the call up, not even for the bench. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for him to get that call up, I think, especially if he starts, and from the sounds of things, whenever he does start the game, Arteta will always mention that it's because of what he did in training. He always says Eddie was a beast this week in training. He was a beast. If that was Eddie before England call-up, I think that this... Like, he strikes me as the type of player who thrives off of this type of stuff. You know what I mean? When you get that recognition, he thrives off of the recognition. Whenever Arteta's come out and praised him and said, nah, Eddie proved me wrong. He made me realize it was my mistake, it was my fault. The very next game, boys, going to get a goal. I think he's going to have a real eye for goal this weekend, and he's not going to try and get too fancy with it, bro. We saw him go for a really nice chip attempt against Fulham. Didn't work out so well. I don't think you're going to see that much of I don't think you're going to see much of that, sorry. I think you're going to see a striker. You're going to see a work rate like never before, and you are going to see someone that is gunning for goals, because especially now that he has got this England call-up, the only way he keeps it is if he starts ahead of Jesus, week in, week out.
Not necessarily.
You don't think so?
I mean,
you think Southgate will pull a Maguire with Eddie?
We've seen Maguire get called up to the England squad. We've seen Henderson get called up to the England squad. I know he's not. I do totally agree with that.
I don't think he's anywhere near.
We've seen Calvin Phillips get called up to the England squad.
I don't think Eddie's going to start. Maybe he'll start the friendly for England. I don't think he'll get a start in the Euro qualifier if they're playing one. Do you know what I mean? If anything, he's there for the bench. He's there to make up the numbers.
That's what I see too, and I think he stays there whether he starts at Arsenal or not. I don't think him starting necessarily guarantees his spot either way. But I do get what you're saying. But if he can just form it, because Jesus is never always going to be fit. As long as he is on it when Jesus isn't there, I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be such a tough game, dude.
We also got a lot of award winners, the PFAs.
Well, yeah, a lot of Arsenal.
Yeah, so I think the edge is with Arsenal. I'm not trying to be overly confident about it, but I'm gonna say early. I'm gonna give it to Arsenal. I'm gonna say 3-1.
3-1's tough, dude. I agree with you. There's gonna be a lot of goals. I think United will score some of those goals too, hopefully. Obviously, Oyland, the talk is he is here now. We might see him. I don't think he'll start. We might see him come on in the second half or something, just to end the game.
Yeah, I think let's see how the first half plays out.
Yeah, I do think that it's going to be a very stock standard United team, though. Obviously, the low wall play on the left without. Yeah. I doubt Reguilon starts. There's no way. He doesn't know. He's not at a preseason. Obviously, Lindelof, Martinez, Basaka in, and then the midfield: Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno. Last season, we did see United go to the Emirates without Casemiro, and I think we just lost.
Yeah.
So, I don't think United tend to be able to pull out a decent shout in big games, especially against Arsenal. So I don't think 3-1. I do think Arsenal win though.
You think Arsenal win? It's gonna be a big game for Bruno and Casemiro, but I think Bruno more than anything, bro. I think this is gonna be the first time as official captain against because I know you've played against Spurs already, but this game against Arsenal is a big game.
It is a big game. And I think more pressure is going to be on Onana, to be honest. He's after the last game where he got sat down on his ass.
Literally.
I think he has to do something and prove something this game.
Yeah.
Also, he's in my fantasy team, but we'll get into that. I'm going to predict United do score some goals. I will say 3-2. I think there'll be a lot of goals.
Yeah.
I think 3-2 is the way... Martial, he looked good in the last game. Rashford obviously looked good in the last game, got an assist.
And he looked good in his natural position.
Exactly. Anthony looked good in the last game too. I think as long as we see the pretty much the same team, minus the injuries and stuff, obviously I think the team will be fine. I don't think we'll get smashed. And honestly, we could win. But I am...
you can.
For the sake of playing the game, I am going to say Arsenal win 3-2.
3-2?
Yeah.
Look, the running theme of this match for me has always been that Arsenal end up walking away having beaten themselves. Whenever Man United win, I just think that more damage is done to Arsenal by Arsenal in the game. But I think obviously it's a new Arsenal. And it looks like it's a new Man United. And even though United they did get the win, like you said.
Look, I do think I think honestly, both teams are worse.
At present, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think both teams right now are worse than they were last season.
They've both been dodging bullets because none of us have lost. But we don't look as convincing on the pitch, yeah.
And on that note, this is important for both teams because, like you said, none of the teams have lost, but it's not been great.
Yeah, bro. Look, and that's also why I think this weekend Arteta goes back to basics with the lineup. I think he stops at the tinkering, and I think you see Ben White at right back, Gabriel and Saliba centre back.
Because Partey, if he's doing that inverted shit, he may have a tough time with it.
I honestly think this weekend, this is the first game you don't see Havertz start. And I think you get a midfield of Odegaard, Partey, Declan Rice. I think Arteta's going to know. That midfield that you guys have is tough, bro.
It's tough.
So we are going to have to go toe-to-toe, position for position.
I agree. If they do play it safe and they do play that midfield and there is no Kai Havertz, as much as I do like Kai Havertz, I do think that team with the actual right back and Partey in the mid, I do
just
think
take it back to what got us second last season.
I do think that team beats United.
The only difference is that I think Nketiah starts ahead of Jesus. If Jesus was match fit and stuff, like proper, I think he would start. But the form Eddie's on. And like I said, I think that England call-up's going to make a difference, bruv.
Could be. Speaking of form... West Ham Luton. Obviously, West Ham have been in really good form. That game is tonight, so this episode is...
West Ham, they're going to take it.
Yeah, this episode is going to come out after this game's already been played.
Yes.
And I think we can all agree West Ham.
Shouts out to Luton. I don't even know where they're playing the game because it's at Luton's home.
Yeah, it's going to be in someone's backyard.
But, this is West Ham written all over.
Yeah,
James Ward-Prowse.
We don't even need to predict this, to be honest.
Is that Kenilworth Road?
Oh, it's a Kenilworth Racecourse.
Kenilworth, right?
And then Saturday's game, we got Sheffield United versus Everton.
Wait, sorry, can I just ask? West Ham, Kudus debut? What a perfect game.
Yeah, if there was ever a game.
What a perfect game, bro.
I say
goal threat like that?
West Ham can completely throw balls to the wall in this game. Yeah. I think they'll be fine.
Also, just jumping the gun one more time, Kudus is such a solid fantasy league shout, bro.
He is.
So solid.
Sheffield United versus at home versus Everton. This is on the Saturday.
I think this is Everton's first win.
I think so too.
I think it's Everton's first win.
So I watched Everton's their League Cup game or some shit versus some team, and there was a striker playing named Beto. If they play him, he's good. He's big. He's tall. That's good as a striker.
Speaking of League Cup Spurs fans, you're fucking lucky that this week you got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, you are
Carabao Cup.
You are lucky, especially after that 2-0 United.
No,
win.
Everton. I think that's it. I want to say 2-0. 2-0. I'll say 2-0.
Yeah, I'll say 2-0 too, to be honest.
2-0.
After that, we got Brentford, Bournemouth at Brentford's home. And I think Brentford come back. Obviously, they did. Yeah. I think they lost last week, Brentford. Yeah, they drew. They drew with Crystal Palace.
Brentford, that was a surprise one for you.
Yeah, because Palace kind of, one of the defenders scored a slide.
And it was at Brentford's home as well.
So I think Brentford do bounce back from that draw. I know it's not a loss, but they probably should have won it. And I think against Bournemouth, I'm pretty sure Mbomo and Wissa get back on the scoreboard.
Both.
Yeah, probably both. I'll say
probably with the penalty, bro. The amount of penalties and red cards already.
True. I say 2-0 Brentford.
Yeah, I say 2-1 Brentford and 1 red card, bro.
Yeah, you want to predict red cards?
We should honestly, yes, see.
There'll be more red cards than goals
at this point, bro. Look, let's do Brighton Newcastle next.
Okay, yeah, that's a big one.
That one you had said before we started recording. That one for you, that's a proper toss up. And we'd obviously touched on how Brighton have done against the lower performing teams versus when they went against like a proper Premier League club in West Ham when they got spanked. But I will say, even in that spanking, they didn't look demolished throughout the game.
No, they didn't. I don't think they ever will get completely demolished. They are a good team. I still think they probably play like the second best soccer style to Man City right now. I literally,
High praise.
That is high praise. I do think they are one of the best
And
teams.
they've got Ansu Fati now. Oh my days. I forgot about
that's
that.
another transfer. Yeah, they do have Fati from Barcelona.
Oh.
So Brighton is still good. I know
Ansu Fati playing De Zerbi ball, bruh.
I know they have had some easy games these last couple games, but this is a toss-up, dude.
Yeah, I think what helps them is that it's at their home. What doesn't help them is that it's Newcastle, because Newcastle look like a proper powerhouse even when they lost to Man City. So
Even when they lost to Liverpool.
Even when they lost to Liverpool. 10-man Liverpool. I'm going to give it to Newcastle. I'm going to say 3-1 Newcastle.
I'll agree with that in the fact that Newcastle do win. I won't say 3-1.
Who's in your fantasy league from Newcastle?
I actually don't have anyone. But
Damn.
We'll get into that. I do think Newcastle do win though. Even like we said, even though they lost to Liverpool, they still look good and they could have finished it. Harvey Barnes did have a good chance where he just went for a selfish shot. So I do think they could have done something against that.
I guess also because he's a new signing.
True.
Sees a moment to become an early hero.
But yes, I will go Newcastle
3-1.
win that 2-1.
2-1.
2-1, yeah.
Alright, 2-1.
And then keeping on Saturday, we've got Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. This has got to be Chelsea all day.
I don't know, bro.
What?
I know what you're going to say. And yes, it is at Stamford Bridge. I think this is going to be a draw.
Golly.
I think it's going to be a 1-1. I think Awonini makes it 4 from 4. 4 from 4, bro. 4 from 4. I think he's going to do it.
Okay, well, remember that.
I think he's going to do it. 4 from 4.
I'm going to say Chelsea go out there and walk, dude.
Really? Walk?
Yeah, I think Chelsea take this 2-3-0. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You don't think Awonini's going to get another goal, bro?
I don't think so. He got a lucky goal against Man United. I think Chelsea's defense and midfield hold him back. They're younger, they're faster. I think Chelsea win this 3-0.
I don't know. Look, so far as they lost to us on the opening day, 2-1. Wasn't bad. Then they beat Sheffield 2-1. Not a bad result for them. And like you're saying, they got a lucky goal against you. But at the end of the day, they got 2 goals in 4 minutes. A 3-2 is not bad for them at Old Trafford either.
Yes, but the first counter attack of the corner goal shouldn't have happened. I can understand.
Okay.
I can understand their set piece goal. Sure, that happens. But
I don't know.
I do think Chelsea win that.
I think Forest, they can do something, man. I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay, one game I don't think we'll have any argument. Man City versus Fulham to end up the Saturday.
Yeah, Fulham. Okay, and then Crystal. No, I think, Man
City at home against Fulham. I'm sorry.
Fulham didn't look bad against Arsenal.
They didn't.
It's just, but at the same time, Arsenal were experimenting. So you can look good against an experiment, but you're going up against Man City.
At home.
I think that's comfortable, bro. Bernd Leno is probably going to get good fantasy league points because he'll make a few saves.
Yeah.
But I think 3-0.
Yeah,
I think 3-0
I'll
City.
go 2-0 to City. Then starting on Sunday, we got Crystal Palace at home to Wolves.
I know this one is going to be interesting for you
This is going to be interesting for me.
because you like Palace, obviously.
I do.
But you also know that Wolves can punish them.
I do. But I think Wolves' last game where they beat Everton, I think Palace would have beaten Everton too, to be honest.
Fair.
And Palace did draw against Brentford, which
Palace
is a
may have
harder
Rob
team.
Holding by the time this game happens, by the way.
Oh wow, that's such a game changer. But yeah, I do like Palace a lot. I gotta back my boys, so I say Palace win this 1-0.
1-0?
Yeah.
I am done backing Wolves, and I'm going to say Crystal Palace win this.
You're done, Wolves.
I'm going
You
to say
lost your
Crystal
biggest
Palace
fan.
win this 2-0. I'm going to say 2. I'm so done backing Wolves, bro. They've cost me so much in these predictions.
Speaking of costing a lot of predictions, Liverpool versus Aston
This
Villa.
is going to be such a good game.
This is also a very good game, yeah.
Yo, it's going to be a good game, bro.
Liverpool at home against Aston Villa. Liverpool obviously did beat Newcastle last week. They looked
Liverpool
good.
obviously signing Gravenberg.
Yes,
I don't know how to say the name.
Gravenberg, yeah.
But that's being confirmed today, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, that is a good signing.
He probably would make a debut if it's confirmed. I mean, it will be confirmed. The deadline's today, so it has to be done. But yeah, would you debut him? It's at Anfield. Why not?
Probably bring him on in the second half or something. Don't start him. I think we see.
Villa are tough.
I think we see a starting of Endo, McAllister and Sabozlai. Those are the three.
Keep it consistent. At least give Endo 2 games in a row.
And he doesn't look bad either. He's pretty average.
Yeah, I'm still gonna have to give it to Liverpool.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna go Liverpool.
They without Virgil though.
They're
without Virgil.
Okay, that actually changes things a lot, to be honest.
It is that end. But without Virgil.
I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say this is a draw. I'm going to say this is a 1-1 draw.
Hasn't Liverpool have had some surprises in these opening weeks, no? I'm tempted to give it to Villa, bro.
They looked good when
they looked so good. Now that Diaby, I'm sorry, that's 2 goals in 3. Anfield's a big occasion. That's a big game player. I think, regardless of the score, I think Diaby has a good game. I'm going to say that here and now. Man, I'm going to give it to Liverpool. I'm going to play it safe, like a little bitch. I'm going to give it to Liverpool. I'm going to say 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool. And then, look, let's wrap things up with some Fantasy League talk. We did touch on some transfers as we went on.
Yeah, I think there's a couple guys to look at. Obviously, a lot of Chelsea players. They do have a relatively easy game this week in.
Who of the new signings would you consider putting in? Do you think? Is there anybody that you've seen? Obviously, I doubt you're looking at. Oh my lord, Divock Origi confirmed to Nottingham Forest. There's one to think about.
Good. That's a pretty good sign for Nottingham Forest. But I do think obviously Sterling, Gusto, Chilwell, a lot of those Chelsea players are looking hot right now. Nico Jackson as well.
A lot has happened since we started recording. Samuel Okonga going to Luton on loan.
Damn. Yeah,
that's them staying up.
We are recording this on transfer day.
Yes,
so
on
shit
transfer
is happening
deadline
right
day.
now.
Johnny Evans signed his new short-term deal at United. Confirmed.
Okay, the episode's done. Okay.
Signing off the season.
Yeah, fuck me.
Look, in all fairness, if he comes in and does a job, bro.
We'll see. But yeah, and also I think with Brentford's game as well, we saw Mbeumo, they are Enrico Henry too. They are shouts for fantasy this week.
I did add Mbeumo to my team, I can't lie.
They are good shouts this week. I might have to wildcard my team just because I have Onana as goalkeeper. He's got to change. I've got Saliba. I think you can't have any United or Arsenal defenders this week because they are going to be goals both ways.
Risky.
Yeah, they are literally going to be goals both ways, so don't do that shit.
Don't do that shit.
Don't do that shit. I think obviously if we're being honest and you want a wild card or something, West Ham have a good shout against Luton this week. If you want to,
same with Spurs and Burnley. Yeah, bro. If you could stack up on Spurs players, West Ham players.
Yeah, you wouldn't be too bad.
Obviously, by the time they get these tips,
it's gonna be over. Too bad. And then obviously Man City going up against Fulham. You should probably put some Man City players in there.
I honestly, yeah. But at the same time, Man City players are so expensive, bro. I feel like there's bang for your buck elsewhere this week. I genuinely think there's serious bang for your buck.
The teams you need to
even Chelsea players. They're versing Forest at home.
I was gonna say that the teams.
Like I said, I think it'll be a draw, but
no, the teams you need to be looking at: Chelsea against Forest, Tottenham against Burnley, West Ham against Luton, and
Arsenal against United.
No.
I mean, that's a
No.
easy money. Bukayo Saka, triple captain.
And Man City against Fulham. Those are the teams you should be looking at for this week's fantasy.
No?
Yeah.
Damn, bro. You are still top of the log, obviously.
I am still top of the log.
There are some people climbing, myself included. I did get lucky with Darwin Núñez. This week, I don't have Darwin in my team to save me, so I'm hoping that he starts doing shit again, as we expect from him throughout the beginning of the season so far. But yeah, man, look, I think that about wraps it up. Obviously, there is international football coming up after this game week. So you may see us, you may not see us. Depends on how we feel, even though this is the podcast that never sleeps. Look, international football just isn't my jam that much. So maybe, Ethan, maybe you want to talk about some shit if you see, because I know you watch everything.
I watch everything, but nah.
Everything.
Nah.
You're gonna do something when we get the Nations League back.
Maybe.
Something worth talking about. Listen, thanks for watching the show. Let us know what you guys make of transfer deadline. Like we said, by the time you watch this, it will have been done and dusted already. Did anything crazy happen that blew your mind? And did you make any crazy decisions in your fantasy league team this week that we may be shocked to hear about? Because Spons did, and I'm quite interested to hear what he didn't do with his team when he's back on the show next week. But yeah, that is a wrap for now, and we'll catch you on the next one.